This is the infamous Zanana Island, known as Little St. James or Epstein Island. On this 72-acre island, almost every kind of luxury was available. From luxury resorts to private docks, from a library to a cinema, everything was there. Big personalities from around the world frequently visited this island, but the truth is that behind the cover of parties and vacations, underage children were being exploited here. Reports say that there were also underground tunnels built on this island. It is believed that these tunnels had a specific purpose. Either the island staff used them to move from one place to another while staying out of sight of guests, or they served as an escape route for elite guests. The people who suffered because of this place were underage girls and their parents. But after hearing the names of these powerful individuals, no one dared to go against them, at least not for many years. Then, in March 2005, the truth began to unfold when a girl named Courtney Wild bravely filed the first report against Jeffrey Epstein at the Palm Beach police station in Florida. The evidence that the police, FBI, and other investigative agencies found in this case shocked everyone. The evidence included names of influential figures, inappropriate photographs, and flight logs to Epstein Island. These pieces of evidence were presented in court and became known as the Epstein Files. But the question is, who was Jeffrey Epstein? Where did all his money come from? And how did he manage to build connections with famous and powerful people? Besides the secret tunnels on the secret island, what else did the FBI discover? And the biggest question of all, when Jeffrey died in such a high-security jail, was the malfunction of the CCTV cameras that night just a coincidence? Or was there a powerful force behind it? Welcome back to the videos. An ordinary math teacher who, within a short time, became one of the most mysterious and wealthy men in the world. Jeffrey Epstein started at the Dalton School in 1970, but his real destination was Wall Street. He gained the trust of billionaires like Leslie Wexner, the owner of Victoria's Secret, and began managing their money, millions of dollars in commissions and friendships within the elite class. From New York to Florida, Epstein built luxurious. He built an empire of mansions. But behind this glittering world, a dark secret was hidden. Epstein used his money and power to prey on innocent and underage girls. This is the story of a man who was a billionaire to the world, but, in reality, a horrifying criminal. The largest private mansion in Manhattan, a 75,000-acre ranch in New Mexico, and luxury apartments in Paris. To reach there, Epstein used his private jet, which the media named the Lolita Express. But what really happened on that island? Claims were made that many of the world's most powerful and famous people were guests there, and underage girls were targeted. In Epstein's world, it wasn't just money, but some of the most powerful faces in the world were involved. Bill Clinton traveled on Epstein's private jet 26 times, including international tours. Donald Trump was also Epstein's neighbor and friend in the 1990s, but later the two became enemies. Trump claimed he always refused to visit Epstein's island, but the biggest shock hit the British royal family. Prince Andrew was accused of abusing 17-year-old Virginia Giuffre at Epstein's direction. The famous photo of Virginia with Prince Andrew went viral worldwide. As a result, Prince Andrew had to step down from his royal duties, pay a multi-million-dollar settlement, and in October 2025, he was stripped of his prince title. From Bill Gates to Hollywood stars, everyone was part of Epstein's social circle. The FBI recovered numerous CDs and photographs from Epstein's home, raising the disturbing suspicion that he used them to blackmail powerful people. However, law enforcement has not found any official client list so far. Epstein's connections remain a complicated mystery for the world. Epstein's crimes first came to light in 2005, when a girl named Courtney Wild from Florida showed courage and gave statements against him to Palm Beach police. The police investigation shook the world. It was revealed that Epstein was not targeting one or two, but dozens of underage girls. And this is where it begins. This is the biggest joke in judicial history. In 2008, when Epstein should have received a life sentence, a secret deal was prepared. The U.S. Attorney, Alexander Acosta, along with Epstein's expensive lawyers, kept the victims in the dark and made an agreement that saved Epstein. As a result, Epstein received only 18 months in prison, and shockingly, he was given VIP treatment even in jail. He worked in his office during the day and went to jail only at night to sleep. After just 13 months, he was completely free. This deal not only saved Epstein, but also protected his powerful associates, whose names are still buried in the Epstein Files. But here, Epstein made a mistake. His arrogance and overconfidence led to his downfall. In trying to protect himself, Epstein displayed his connections with powerful people, but the media picked up on it, and the story of the deal leaked around the world. He thought that with the power of money, he could buy the victims, those girls. But that was his biggest misconception. After Courtney Wild took a stand, many other girls found the courage and also stood against Epstein. They began challenging the 2008 deal in court. In July 2009, one of Epstein's victims, Virginia Giuffre, filed a civil lawsuit, claiming that Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell forced her to engage in wrongful acts with famous people. Ghislaine Maxwell was Epstein's girlfriend and played a major role in the crime. Her job was to recruit innocent underage girls. She would approach girls outside schools, lure them with money, and hire them under the pretense of jobs. After 2010, small reports began to emerge about how Epstein had effectively bought his sentence in Florida. In 2011, the Daily Mail published an interview with Giuffre, in which Prince Andrew was mentioned, and that's when the royals' troubles began. Then, in 2015, American media also started questioning why Epstein had received such leniency. After years of silence, a major explosion occurred in 2018. Journalist Julie K. Brown, in her report Perversion of Justice, revealed how the system had worked together to protect a criminal. This report set America on fire. As a result of this investigation, on July 6, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested again. This time, no secret deal worked. The court refused to grant him bail. Powerful people around the world became afraid that Epstein would start revealing everyone's names one by one. But before the trial could begin, a shocking piece of news arrived. On the morning of August 10, 2019, Epstein's body was found in New York's most secure jail. The official report said that he committed suicide. But the reality was very strange. That night, the jail cameras were not working. The guards had fallen asleep, and Epstein had suddenly been removed from the suicide watch list. Now, one slogan began echoing through the streets of America: Epstein did not kill himself. People believed that he had been silenced, so that the secrets of powerful names around the world would be buried forever. Although the law called it suicide, even today it remains one of the biggest mysteries in the world. After Epstein's death, people's attention turned to his close associate, Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell, the daughter of famous British media tycoon Robert Maxwell, was often called Epstein's Madam. She helped Epstein find, lure, and train young victims. Even after Epstein's death, the FBI continued its investigation. And on July 2, 2020, Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested from a remote farmhouse in New Hampshire. Jeffrey Epstein escaped punishment through death. But his closest associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, could not escape the grip of the law. In November 2021, the heartbreaking testimonies of victims in a New York courtroom moved the world to tears. it was revealed that Maxwell was not just an accomplice, but the mastermind of the entire trafficking network, searching for innocent children for Epstein. In June 2022, the court sentenced Maxwell to 20 years in prison. The judge clearly stated that this was punishment for crimes against children. Maxwell is currently serving her sentence in a Florida prison. After Epstein's death, a fund was created from his wealth for the victims, and more than 150 survivors have been distributed, 121 million so far. Epstein may be gone, but his files set global politics on fire in 2025. In January 2024, the process of making the Epstein Files public began. And in January 2025, after Donald Trump was re-elected as president, the situation took a new turn. Trump had promised during his campaign, it was promised that the Epstein Files would be released. In February 2025, Attorney General Pam Bondi said the client list was on her desk. But when the first phase was released, people mocked it because there was nothing new in it. The real explosion happened in November 2025. Both major American parties passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act. This gave the government a deadline of December 19, 2025, to release the files. In December 2025, some of Ghislaine Maxwell's emails were made public, in which she was using the code name The Invisible Man. The investigation revealed that this was none other than Prince Andrew, who was hiding behind this code name. In the 20,000 pages of emails, an old claim of Epstein surfaced, stating that Trump already knew about the girls. The White House called it a lie by Epstein. But new records proved that Trump had traveled on Epstein's jet far more times than previously stated. After the December 19, 2025 deadline, 30,000 pages of new data were released. But more than 1 million pages are still pending. A battle is ongoing between the court and the government. Some people want the truth to come out, while others are still hiding behind victim privacy to protect big names. Today, Jeffrey Epstein is no longer in this world, but the shadow of his crimes still looms over powerful people around the world. Prince Andrew has lost his respect and status. Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and billionaires around the world are still giving explanations about their friendship with Epstein. What began in 2005 with the silent voice of a young girl has now become the world's biggest corruption scandal. On Epstein Island, the most famous and controversial structure found was a blue and white temple. Although nothing illegal was found inside this temple, having a temple-like structure on such an island raises many questions. When the FBI raided the island in 2019, the most asked question was whether there were secret tunnels beneath the island. They found some underground utilities and tunnels, but their purpose was never determined. However, it is confirmed that there are underground structures on the island. They were present. Several unusual statues were found across the island, and CCTV cameras were installed everywhere. These cameras were for security or for blackmail. That question still remains alive today. There is a helipad with a strange face design on it. A resort surrounded by palm trees, connected to the helipad and a private dock. During the raid, some unusual medicines were also discovered, including hormonal medicines that raised the most questions. It is not confirmed what their purpose was, but their presence on a normal private island raises serious concerns. If Epstein were alive, perhaps the truth behind all these secrets would have been revealed. Maybe that is why he was forced to commit suicide, and now all eyes are on the Epstein Files. More Epstein Files are expected to be released. New names may be exposed, and some new faces may face prison. Jeffrey Epstein's story teaches us that money and power can hide crimes, but they cannot erase them. Justice may be silent, but when it strikes, even the tallest towers of arrogance collapse into dust. We hope you will like and share this video. Thank you very much for your supportive comments. See you in the next exciting video.